What's up everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to yet another vlog. I don't know if this is really a vlog. This time is a bit different. I did an interview with a friend of mine, Mike. Reason why I did an interview was because I recently watched Joker, the movie, and it was mind-blowing for me. And you know, it's one of those movies that after you've seen it, you do a lot of research on it. And because I did that, I really needed to talk to somebody, and you know, Mike is the perfect candidate. I just want to say thank you very much, Mike, for doing this. It was very short notice, but the interview went great. I don't think this interview did this movie justice. It doesn't do Mike justice, because we did like roughly about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, I think, and I had to condense it down, so I tried to take snippets of it to make it, you know, shorter, so that you know, for some people that it might be boring, and for, you know. So at the end of the day, all I'm just trying to say is that spoilers alert. This interview is full of spoilers. If you plan to watch it, I would suggest you not to watch this interview. If you don't mind, go ahead, please. Basically enjoy. Really. I hope that this was a great interview, and if you guys could leave me comments just to tell me that what I should have done, what I shouldn't have done, or what is wrong and everything. But yeah, enjoy it.
Loved it, absolutely loved it. Loved Joaquin Phoenix's take on the character. I was very shocked at how good Todd Phillips did with his directing. I was hesitant with it when they announced it. My original thoughts on it was not great, but after watching it, it completely blew me away. And it's very rare that directors can change genres and they do well. So it was, I was glad that he proved me wrong.
Okay, no, that's great. Yeah. It's like the whole Heath Ledger story again.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we spoke about this, Nick. When Heath, I remember even being one of those hypocrites. When he was casted, I was like, wow. Why of all the people they're casting him, why not put Jack Nicholson again? And you put the performance of a lifetime.
Now I'm always smiling.
I think it was all real there.
It all happened. So everything that had happened, as it is.
Obviously the whole thing with the. You see, but then again, it also leaves you with that hint at the end when he's talking to that psychologist, and he's saying you wouldn't understand, or it almost makes you think that he was thinking about the whole thing and he's in a mental institute. Yeah. So it was very interesting.
And what did you think of Joaquin Phoenix's performance?
Look, he's an amazing actor. He really is. He's very underrated. I don't think he gets enough praise for his acting skills. I mean, I remember one of the first movies I ever saw with him was Gladiator, and he was
phenomenal.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was like, I hated that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hated him.
It's very rare that you find an actor that can play the villain so well that you want to see him suffer.
Smile for me now.
And no, I loved his take on the character.
Okay, so I agree, totally agree.
He should get the Oscar for this.
Oh, that was one of the questions that was going to come up anyway.
And favorite moment?
So there was two. It was the scene after he runs away from the cops and he's walking down the corridor. He's taking that slow walk
Okay, I know exactly what you
You could see that's when he goes, that's when he embraces who he has become. But my favorite scene of that whole movie is when he's sitting opposite Robert De Niro.
Oh, getting the interview.
Yeah, in that interview.
The interview, the last scene of it.
Just before he shoots him.
Yeah.
That was by far the best.
You think
Because of the way he sits there and you can see he's calculated. He knows exactly what he's going to do next.
Okay, I didn't pick that up. Actually, that's a good.
Especially when that scene where they show him from the side and you can just see he's got that look, and he doesn't take his eyes off Robert De Niro because he wants to punish him, because after all, Robert De Niro's character wanted to embarrass him.
Yeah.
And it was somebody that he looked up to.
Okay, yeah. See, I took a different take on that. I just took it. He like pissed him off, and then at that moment he decided to kill him.
Yeah.
So in your idea that in his mind he was going to kill him.
He was going to kill him anyway.
Oh, because he had quite a body.
Because he had obviously just gone. They pushed him too far.
Too far already.
They pushed him too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was going into the studio already. You think?
I think so.
Or was just that moment?
Think about it. He wanted. Well, then again, he said that he didn't want to send a political message, but I don't know about that.
Okay.
Because my thing that I got from that movie was, it was basically saying, well, I mean, he even said it. He said, what happens when you make fun of somebody? Obviously, not word for word, but what happens when you make fun of somebody that's in a worse off situation than you? You get what you deserve, and that's exactly what Robert De Niro got in a way.
That makes sense.
Not that it's right what he did. It's not.
No, nothing in that movie he does is right.
But there is consequences for treating people like that.
True. Yeah, you push them over.
Especially if I mean, you saw in the beginning of the movie when he basically idolized. What was the character's name? Murray Franklin or something.
Murray, something else. Murray something else. Right.
And it was obviously very sad for him when he saw that thing of them making fun of his stand-up.
Oh yes. Okay.
And that's going back to his performance. That's also one thing I think he absolutely nailed, was that laugh.
Oh yeah, that was coming up.
And I mean, it wasn't just one laugh. It was 3 different ones.
Yeah.
And it was incredible.
No, you're right. And for me, I think in the very last scene, that laugh was his most realistic. That was his real laugh.
Yes.
And then everything else in between.
I'm actually getting goosebumps about that.
Yeah. So that was actually my favorite part. Was his laughs especially the one where, when I think his boss calls him in, and then the guy makes a joke and he gets up and he's walking, and, and then he stops laughing. That is one of my favorite. And then I love the dancing scene. That stairs.
Oh no, that was brilliant.
I have no idea why I love it, but
I don't know if you spotted this, Nick. Do you remember the girl that's in the train that's getting abused by those actors?
Yes. Okay.
That scene where he gets arrested, and you see that clown mask driving past with the taxi. Yes. It's the same chick.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
It's the same chick.
She's wearing the mask.
She's wearing the mask.
So how did you pick that up?
I saw it in a picture. Somebody picked it up. It was incredible.
Oh yeah,
incredible.
I was about to ask you about Easter eggs. That was like really my next question.
That one, and then the next one was, there was one doing, obviously the one you could probably pick up straight away was, so remember in The Dark Knight when Heath Ledger's hanging his head out of the car?
Yes, yeah. That was a tribute to him. That's what I thought. Yeah, that was a tribute. Yeah.
It was that, and then the other one was, I don't know if Todd Phillips intended to do it, but in the beginning of the movie when he's doing his makeup, and you see the wide shot, the shape of the mirror looks like the mask of the cowl of Batman.
So I didn't pick that up. I actually saw that on someone else's review.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you pick that up? Or
I did pick that up.
Damn, dude.
And I was completely blown away. It was obviously outside the theatre. As soon as it said the Mask of Zorro,
Oh yes.
or whatever Zorro thing it was, being a Batman fan, I knew exactly what was going to happen next.
No. Yeah.
Absolutely blew me away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. And Sophie, what did you think of that?
That blew me away.
That blew. I was like,
that scene. But then again, I kind of was like hesitant because that whole thing of him following her and then he goes into the apartment and he kisses her and she's like cool with it. I'm like, no, something's not right here.
seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know, because when she came, well, obviously it was all in his mind, but she was kind of flirting with him.
She was?
Yeah,
She
so
was?
when he
She
walked,
was?
for him to open the door and kiss her, to be brave enough to do that,
True.
in that moment it was okay. That's how I saw it. Obviously, the twist was like,
No, listen, when
killed me.
he's sitting there and she walks in and she's like, what the hell are you doing here?
yeah,
That was, and then they show obviously him being alone in the situations that he thought somebody was with him. That was brilliant.
yeah. But the question was, this was the unanswered part, is do you think he killed her?
I think so.
So he killed her and the daughter.
I think so.
So they were part of the
I think so. I think so.
Okay. And then this is the final question. Before we say best Joker, let's go through it first, okay? It's actually very unfair to put them all together. And I'm talking about every person that's played Joker. Eh?
Okay.
It's very unfair to put them all together and rank them and stuff like that. But we all know that this question would pop up, right?
Fair enough.
Because I understand that Jack Nicholson at that point in time was the way it should have been played, and he was brilliant at it. If we have to go back in time and watch it there and there, that Joker he played was brilliant. And obviously, yeah.
Agreed.
And then who came next?
It was.
We're not counting the cartoon guys, right?
Well, Mark Hamill. I mean, you gotta mention
laugh,
Mark
yeah,
Hamill.
yeah, okay. Fair
I
enough.
mean, he's iconic for that voice.
True.
I remember finding out the first time that it was Luke Skywalker being the Joker. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I only found this like 2-3 years ago, eh? When I met you guys. Eh?
Yes,
and then
I still remember telling you.
Yeah, I was like, what? It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
You see, this is like, okay, in particular, okay, I don't count Jared Leto.
But you can't count it because it was unfair on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't get the chance to.
He didn't get the chance to
show
prove
what he could do,
himself.
yeah.
I'm going to take Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger's Joker.
Because they are similar, right?
They are very similar.
That's what we were
but
putting it down to.
They were different in a way, if you think about it. So when I watched this movie, a lot of people asked me, Mark, who is better? And I said, it's not about who's better.
Mm-hmm.
They're both different. Yes, there's similarities, but they are different. If you look at it look at Heath Ledger's Joker. What was his main objective in that whole movie?
Chaos.
It's chaos,
Yeah,
right?
just
But besides that,
to mess up everything.
he wanted to show that he could turn the sanest person
Oh yes, the good.
around.
Yeah.
Who being Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent.
I mean, even Batman in that movie said that Harvey's the best out of all of us.
Yes.
Whereas Joaquin Phoenix's Joker it's more borderlining the mental health and what will happen when a person gets tipped. But then again, so is Heath Ledger's. Heath Ledger's was, I mean, that famous quote of his, madness is like gravity, all it takes is a single push. And that's where you can see the similarities between the two. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very difficult. Look, I might be a bit biased here. For me, Heath is still the best.
And then I just wanted to finish off with, thank you, Mike. We could have gone on longer, way longer on this interview, but I was very ill prepared, and I actually ran out of space on my camera. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed, and yet again, thank you, Mike. Nearly have to do a shout out to my wife, Candice. She helped me out. She helped me with the makeup, and Carlo as well. He helped me too. And some of the camera work she helped me out with. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
You just